Hey guys, let's talk about Brazil's 1-1 draw with Colombia in the third round of Group D of the Copa America. It is important to consider that Dorival is only in his 7th game as coach, after picking up the work in progress. But it is crucial to point out that, in my view, the game against Colombia highlighted a recurring problem. The coach's lack of boldness, the inability to take risks. Brazil was already practically classified and, even if they lost, the scenario wouldn't change much. They would face Uruguay in the quarterfinals. So why not take more risks to try to win? Dorival seemed to prefer to maintain his unbeaten record rather than seek a triumph that could bring more confidence to the team. The substitutions made by Dorival did not bring significant changes. In the 41st minute of the second half, he finally made a substitution that changed the way he played, replacing Hendrick with Wendell. It was too late to try to change the game. This lack of boldness is reminiscent of Tait's previous work, which was often unable or unwilling to make necessary changes. Dorival needs to show his repertoire, be ready to give up Plan A when necessary. Yesterday, the defeat would not have significant consequences within the championship, but it could bring demands, as it would maintain the unbeaten record. The first half was balanced, with more discussions than football. Since the quarterfinals of the 2014 World Cup, Brazil and Colombia have had tense clashes, looking more like UFC than football. In the second half, Colombia completely dominated, while Brazil had a worrying performance, similar to the game against Paraguay. Rafinha was the best player on the team, scoring a wonderful free kick. However, Brazil failed to produce clear scoring chances in the second half. Colombia, on the other hand, had at least 2 good opportunities. Vinicius Jr is one of the main players in the world today, recognized for his skill, speed, and ability to decide games. However, it is unacceptable for a player of his experience and status to receive a yellow card in the manner he did against Colombia. The impulsive attitude of opening his hand and hitting the opponent in the face was unnecessary and detrimental to the Brazilian team. When we talk about an elite player like Vinicius Jr, a high level of maturity and self-control is expected, especially in high-pressure international competitions. He knew he was hanging, that is, with a previous yellow card that left him on the verge of suspension. Taking another card automatically meant being left out of the next game, something a player of his caliber should avoid at all costs. Vinicius Jr.'s action was not just a moment of frustration. It was a decision that demonstrates a lack of reflection on the consequences. In a move in which he took a dribble from James Rodriguez, reacting with a slight but visible aggression in front of the referee was an unfortunate choice. The yellow card was not only deserved, but also completely avoidable. This behavior not only harms Vinicius, who loses the opportunity to play against Uruguay, but also affects the entire Brazilian team. Brazil now faces a strong opponent without one of its main talents, which could be decisive in the search for qualification. A player of his importance must be aware that his actions on the field have repercussions that go beyond the immediate moment. Furthermore, this situation highlights the need for Vinicius Jr to work better on his emotional control. He is often targeted by opposing defenses who are aware of his ability to cause damage. Maintaining calm and composure under pressure is essential to avoid unnecessary cards and remain available for crucial games. For a player with 5 years of experience at Real Madrid, who has played countless highly relevant matches and who is tipped to be one of the future Ballon d'Or winners, it is essential to learn from these episodes. Maturity in football is not just about technical performance, but also about the ability to make intelligent and considered decisions in tense situations. Vinicius Jr has the potential to be one of the best in the world and has already demonstrated this on several occasions. However, part of establishing yourself as a true ace involves avoiding thoughtless actions that can harm both yourself and your team. This episode against Colombia should serve as a warning for him to reflect on the importance of self-control and the responsibility he carries on the field. Overall, Brazil's performance was a setback. Dorival needs to understand that, at this initial stage of work, boldness can be the key to success. In the first half, we had balance and a lot of discussion. Brazil and Colombia, since the quarterfinals of the 2014 World Cup, have had tense confrontations, looking more like UFC than football. In the second half, Colombia completely dominated, while Brazil had a worrying performance, similar to the game against Paraguay. Rafinha was the best player on the team, scoring a wonderful free kick. However, Brazil failed to produce clear scoring chances in the second half. Colombia, on the other hand, had at least 2 good opportunities. Regarding Vinicius Jr., it is not possible to accept a player of his level receiving a yellow card in the way he did. Knowing he was hanging, he couldn't open his hand and hit his opponent in the face. This unnecessary card takes him out of the game against Uruguay. Vinicius is one of the main players in the world and should have more maturity in situations like this. Now, about the Copa America bracket. On the left, we have Argentina x Ecuador and Venezuela x Canada. On the right side, Colombia x Costa Rica and Brazil x Uruguay. Whoever passes Brazil and Uruguay will face the winner of Colombia and Panama. Whoever passes from Argentina and Ecuador will face the winner of Venezuela and Canada. I want to hear from you. What did you think of the game and Derivals decisions? Leave your comments below. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Thank you very much.